Hi, welcome back to the What?
Still laughing.
Okay. Welcome back to the Chasing Tone podcast. I'm Travis.
I'm Max.
I'm Brian.
And we were talking about stuff that's only funny because it's true.
It's true.
But that's all I'm gonna go.
Hashtag inappropriate.
If you were here, it'd have been really funny, but it's an inside joke.
It's inside joke. This whole episode is nothing but inside jokes. Don't worry, you wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
But so the big news with me, right, is Max and I went to the guitar show.
Yeah, where was it at?
It was in Indianapolis. It was an Indianapolis Guitar Show on Sunday.
Yeah, at the Radisson.
At the Radisson, which doesn't exist.
It's impossible to find. It took us 5 years to find.
That's like in the middle of downtown Indianapolis, right?
No,
this is like by the airport.
by the old airport.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And for those of you,
I've been there. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you're right. It's like basically in the middle of nowhere.
right, especially
And you
now
can't-
because
and you can't get to it.
there's no airport there anymore.
Right. So basically, you have to take a helicopter to it.
Yes.
Yeah, we've had to find like a tree with an X on it, then turn there.
Yeah.
Then count pieces, whatever those
And
are.
then we had a guy say, "Go ask my buddy. He's in a green Torino with no wheels on it."
Yeah.
So we had to go in there and talk to him.
Yeah.
But
so-
then we finally found it, and it was cool, man. Like 123 different booths.
Yeah.
Um,
2 big conference rooms.
yeah, and there weren't like hardly any manufacturers.
Really?
You know, I think
a lot of
Weber
your
was-
stuff then.
T.A. Weber was there.
Was he?
Yeah.
You know, but he was selling used guitars and amps that he already had built, so it
Right.
wasn't like he was, really showcasing a bunch of new stuff.
Right.
It
Any
was,
cool pedals?
oh man,
There's
anything.
a bunch of
yeah.
pedals.
Really?
Max cracks me up in traditional Max fashion. He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm looking for like a TS10.
If I can find it for the right price.
If I could find, yeah." He's like, "I want to find a TS10." We found 3 of them, and he's like, "No, I'm going to buy this whammy bar." Wait. In his defense, I didn't know it was cash only.
Oh.
So he
that
paid
does-
my way in,
that does
and
change
he
the
bought
game.
me a twang bar.
It's true.
Yeah.
But like, the TS10 is like, I want one. I just want it for the right price.
Well, yeah,
I don't want to pay over what they're worth.
I want a 1963 Strat for the right price, and that'd be $500.
I'd take a Dumble for $1,000.
Exactly.
This guy wanted a little too much for TS10s.
Yeah, he said he wanted anywhere from 175 to 225.
225.
Yeah,
I'm
for
like-
TS10s.
Just say, I know a guy can build it for me.
Yeah, but getting him to actually do it takes forever.
Yeah. I think you're
Hashtag
still waiting
Booze Junior.
You're still waiting on an amp, yeah.
But no, I went there with very, very, very specific items that I was looking for too. So
Blues Junior is going to be vintage before we get
it'll
vintage.
be vintage, vintage boutique hand-wired Class AB.
I did get
Come
a cool
on.
little Danelectro chicken salad
Yeah,
for
remember
Yeah, I
20,
saw that.
for
Yeah.
$20.
Yeah, $20 for
That's
chicken.
It's
Brand
pretty
new.
cool. Yeah, brand new in the box.
Hashtag new old stock.
I forget, are those vibratos? What are those? I forget.
Vibes.
They're
Have you played it yet?
Like Univibe.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good, right?
Yeah, it does like this phasey kind of univibe sound on slow setting. They didn't get all the way up to like Rotosphere territory when everything's cranked all the way up.
That'd be Leslie.
Is it bulb
Leslie,
or
yeah.
LED? Do you know?
I
probably
have no
LED.
idea. I have no idea.
I
You
haven't
know what I
opened it up.
honestly think it is?
What?
I think it's probably the Phase 90 with the Univibe mod.
Really? But I remember taking one of those
I don't
apart,
know.
and I think there actually is a bulb in there.
Oh, is it?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
If I remember right,
That's
one of
cool.
those had little LDRs, and
Really?
I can't remember if it was LED or a bulb, but
Okay.
it's pretty surprising for
Yeah.
$20 pedal
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I always call those like the sleepers of the Univibe world because you can get them $20.
Right.
Nobody. I mean, it's who was it? Was it Scott? Scott was like,
Yeah.
"Does
Sorry?
anybody do?" Yeah, he was there, and we met up with him, and so we hung out, and he was like, I think he bought one too, and he's like,
Yeah.
"So say I like this, can anybody recase it?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, there's definitely guys that do it." So, but I went there looking for very, very. Back to the pedal thing.
Sure.
There's basically anything. There's all these brands that you've never heard of, and people make out of the
like
garage.
homemade pedals.
Yeah. And then there was some, just about every brand was represented
Yeah.
pretty well from,
Really?
but it was basically just like you go to your favorite vintage shop. Well, they decided to travel to Indianapolis.
Right.
So it was really cool. But except for one guy wanted $40 for a Bad Monkey. They're
Travis is
$49 brand new. I said
Right.
no.
Yeah.
But anyway, I went with the 3 things in mind that I wanted. And of course, when you go with a very specific mindset, you kind of have to be ready to be disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, I wanted I want either a Les Paul Deluxe, like from like a 71 or something, with mini humbuckers. I was looking for that. And of course, old vintage Univibe, which you never find at those shows, never. And if you do, they're like $5,000.
I would say, yeah, they won't be affordable.
Right. And then what I was really looking for, and I even brought my 65 Princeton Reverb. I even brought it in, ready to trade if I found it. But I wanted an 18-watt Marshall. Nope, no dice.
Oh, bummer.
I saw one of those big blues breakers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, but those things weigh like a metric ton.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true.
They're very heavy.
But yeah, Max scored. He walked out of there with a chicken with a pedal and a twang bar.
Who got the gold? I saw you guys post a picture on Facebook. Somebody got a gold gear shifter.
That's
me.
him.
Yeah,
That's your gold gear shifter?
Yeah,
Convert my guitar gold.
yeah,
Gold hardware piece by piece.
Yeah, he's gonna convert it. And I love Max to death, but he's like, "Would it be too Steve Ray Vaughan-ish if I did that?" And I was like, "Dude, you're the only one that's gonna notice." And no, it's gonna be fine. It'll look awesome.
You should paint it pink.
Yeah,
Pink.
he has a pink guitar.
I mean, just the hardware.
Oh,
No, that's okay.
hashtag Mary Kay. Isn't that what they call their pastel colors? Fender?
Yeah.
But no, there was some great guitars there. But there's one I want to talk to you about, Brian, because and it will break your heart. Somebody had taken a 1958 Telecaster. Okay, I don't even know where to start with this. Okay, so let's start with the neck because it was the least raped, right?
Okay.
So basically where the tuning keys set.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it comes off the actual, like, where the nut is, part of the neck, and then it swoops up there to where the keys set.
Yep.
That had been broken off, and re-glued. But, you know what? It's an old guitar. Things happen.
They did a good job on the repair.
They did a good job on the repair, And then you get down to the body. Okay, so on the top, obviously a Telecaster is supposed to be one solid block of wood, pretty much. This thing was beveled.
Like a Strat.
Like a Strat. The horns were beveled.
Why would they?
Wait, I'm not done. The back upper bout, has the part that digs into your ribs, was contoured on the front like a Strat. Somebody took a planer or something and contoured the body, like the armrest spot of like a Strat.
Oh my gosh.
Then they took something, wood putty, and filled the ferrules of the string through and put a Tune-o-matic stop bar on the back of it.
Yeah.
And this was all after they had stripped it to a natural finish and sprayed it with polyurethane.
So it was like $10 then, right?
That's the thing. The guy still wanted $2,500 for it. And it was like, yeah, it's a 58 Strat, Telly, but I gave you $500. You know what I mean?
Even the neck heel had it was contoured as well.
Was it? Oh man, I didn't see. See, I thought the neck was untouched, pretty much. Was it not?
No, well, it was where the neck met the body at. It was
like that
angle.
pocket.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was heart wrenching. Yeah, because you see, a 58 Telecaster, and it's like, oh, what? Who? Why? What?
It's like wiring up a Marshall to run off like a battery or something.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
It was sacrilege, really.
It was.
But
I've been a cool sleeper for the right price, but
yeah, but and a guy I'm good friends with was like jonesing for it. He's like, man, I kind of want that. I'm like, no, you don't.
No, you don't want that.
No, you don't. But who knows? But anyway, hey, that was tone related.
Boom.
That was like the longest monologue we've had. Is it a monologue if you don't tell jokes?
Sure.
An intro maybe.
Face it, if I'm here, somebody's gonna laugh. I'm hilarious.
It's true, especially with that shirt. Actually, I like that shirt. It's just the only thing that came to my mind.
You should have said haircut. That made me feel uncomfortable.
Or mustache.
Mustache.
Exactly.
I shaved. I shaved most of my playoff beard. I kept a little bit of it, but.
Oh, you had a beard.
I did, yeah, for a while.
Hashtag air quotes beard.
Beard.
Hashtag F you.
Okay, this guy is obviously a longtime friend of yours because it said, here's a question for Bri.
It's true.
Or B-dubs, as I'm known.
Yeah. John Falk writes, What Wampler pedal are you most proud of? Which one, when complete, made you sit back and go, damn, I'm good? Wait, and I'm going to do a favor for John right now and say, and you can't say you love them all because they're just like kids.
Yeah.
You have to give an answer because I've heard you say that. You're like, it's kind of hard to say because I'm proud of every one of them.
And probably the Plexi Drive is probably the one I gravitate to most, of course.
Yeah.
But I don't, just with the way I work, I'm never done. You know, so even after,
version 2,
even
version
after
3.
it's done, like a week later, I'm like, I should have done this. You know, I'm going to try this. I'm going to breadboard it and try what happens when I do this or that. So,
Right. I know.
I mean, there's never putting it on the shelf and okay, it's done. Let's call it good.
Right. Well,
And
the
leave it
Ace
alone.
30 something, that was one that you had to be super proud of.
Something.
but,
Well played, sir.
but no, that. Oh wait, did you see that? Whenever I posted a family portrait of on Facebook of my family, and by the way, I'm having a baby tomorrow. Well, I'm not. My wife is having a baby tomorrow.
Technically, she's already had it by the time this comes out.
Yeah,
Congratulations, you had a baby.
It's 3 years old,
And it's named? Insert name here.
Yeah, insert name here because we still have no idea. But so I posted a picture, and I said, "Yeah, we still have to settle on a name." And Brian writes, "Just don't name it Vox. Trust me."
It's sad because it's true.
Oh, yeah,
You
that
will
one.
get legal papers.
Yeah, that one was great. Oh
Just
man.
from experience.
So
Experience.
you had to be proud of the 30 something though, because that one took you so long to
Like
get exactly
13
how you
years.
wanted.
Yeah, but even now, I mean, I still toy with it and be like, you know what? I think I'm gonna do this and maybe probably change that from a MOSFET to. I mean, yeah. So
No, dude, people love it. It's right.
if you like boxy sounds, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that's what it is, you know.
Sometimes
Like,
people are like, it's so
chimey and
and
too much top end.
Yeah,
and
like
it's like that's what it is.
yeah.
Yeah. If you don't dig that, try
And-
this one. Yeah. So okay, so the Plexi Drive. Yeah, because I mean, it's kind of. I don't want to say it's hard to be proud of some of them, but like for instance, like the Clarksdale. That's. I mean, I'm sure you're proud of it, but at the same time, it's so. It's so based off of something
Yeah,
already
I-
that it's kind of like.
Something-
Here's my take.
Right, something like that where I'm like, okay, this is our take on a tube screamer. I wouldn't say I'm like proud of it because it's
It's an accomplishment.
That's
It's a
someone
feather.
else's design.
Yeah, it's a
you know?
feather in a cap, but it's
Yeah.
kind of one of those things. It's like I'm proud that I got it to sound the way I wanted, but
Right.
it's not like I created this. You
Yeah,
know?
I mean, I don't know.
It's more of a design than a creation.
Yeah, I think there's so many other companies that are doing their
Their
takes
version.
on existing pedals where I thrive and I like mostly whenever I come up with something unique that, like just it's not based on anything.
Right,
And
it's
when
just-
someone says,
or
"What's
based
this?"
on an amp, like you harnessed
Yeah.
a freaking amp in a pedal.
Right.
That's
Or-
that's
Or like when someone like the Velvet
Right.
Fuzz came out that way, where someone's like, what kind of fuzz is it? And I'm like, it's not.
yeah.
It's
Is it
not
more of a
based
fuzz
on
face, a tone bender, or a big muff? And you just say neither.
Right.
Well, it's a fuzz pedal.
Yeah, it is a fuzz pedal, and you can get it to sound like these, but it's totally not.
right.
It'll work with a buffer, and it'll work in any temperature. We've even tried it on the sun,
It's true.
but it was in the
That's not true.
winter, so it was
That's not true.
tolerable.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Right?
It's
No.
on top of 60-watt light bulb.
Yeah, we went to the sun in winter, so it was tolerable. But no, that's a good one. Here's one, and this kind of segues too. What are your thoughts about the handmade pickups, for example? And there's a lot of them here I've never heard of. But
Yeah, there was some there I hadn't heard of too, but I knew you guys
Yeah,
loved your pickups.
he says
So-
Sliders, Conchi, Von Scow, Chubbtone, Klein, Sheptone, Peter Florence, and many other wonderful pickup makers. And the huge difference between these pickups and pickups that you can find in every store.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's talking about like, Seymour Duncan, DiMarzio when he says, you
Yeah,
know,
the big brands.
yeah, the big brands. One thing I will say is I have some favorites. Obviously, I love the Don Grosh 60s Fats. That's what they're called.
Mm-hmm.
And we get a lot of comments on the YouTube
Yeah.
channel where a lot of people are like, what pickups are in Travis's Strat? And that's what they are. And you can buy those. You can buy those separately. You don't have to buy one of his guitars. I'm really intrigued by Vaughn's just
Yeah,
because he's such a nice guy.
Well,
Yeah.
and Elmo, right?
Yeah, John Satella.
Satella, yeah, from Nashville. So has a pair of those.
He's a tone freak.
Yeah, and he swears by them. And so I've got those pickups. I'm actually going to do a video like
Installation.
you know, kind of like before and after, and kind of show people how to actually put pickups in.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So,
just leave the mic where it is on the amp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so those are going in one of my Whitfield Telecasters.
Nice.
My butterscotch one.
Yeah, the thing is that dude's such a nice guy that I want to try his stuff.
Mm-hmm. And he knows pickups, man.
Well, yeah, I'm sure. You know,
I mean, he's a huge pickup freak. So I've heard nothing but good stuff about them.
And then I've tried the Kleins. They're great. Who else? Another ones I really like. I would say I'm more familiar with the Grosh ones, so I'm gonna guess I'd say they're my favorite just because I'm so familiar with them. The other ones I really like, and I don't know if they make them anymore, but John Suhr makes some called Fletcher Landaus.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Kirk Fletcher and Michael Landau kind of came together. But because whenever Don called me about his new pickups, he was like, because I had an older blue Grosh, and he was like, hey, I want to send you these pickups. Just let me know what you think of them. And I told him, I said, man, I really like these Sir Fletcher Landaus. I'll try them, but don't be offended because these pickups match this guitar perfectly.
Right.
And he sent me the Groshes, and I loved them. But I have those Sir ones. Like if you watch the Velvet Fuzz video, that Sunburst Strat I have, that has those Fletcher Landaus, but it's fuzzed out tone, so it's kind of hard to hear. Another one I like that we played at the LA Amp Show. Remember the Forney amps?
Yeah,
the guy that was in there, Tonal Concepts pickups.
Yeah.
Those sounded really responsive, almost unforgiving, which I love because they're like that crystal clear. So they were cool. Those would be kind of cool to have.
Lollar's are great too, man.
Of course,
Lollar, so I love them.
He's kind of like the Wampler of the pickup world.
He's such a nice dude.
Okay, well, maybe not then. But no, I'm joking. No, but think about it. Think about it.
I was like, where's this going?
No. Here,
is that a good thing?
No. Check it out. Well, number one, we'll start roots wise. He wrote the book. You know this, right? He wrote the book on guitar pickups. You wrote the book on guitar pedals. You know, and
3 of them actually.
Right, and I'll say it because I know you won't. But you probably gave yourself some competition that may still be even around today.
I know for
with
a
your
fact
book.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, you know, your book started some companies. People took your stuff and then took off and then started their own company. And you know what? Great for them, right? But
I'm a firm believer in kind of sharing your knowledge, though.
Right, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but the same thing with Jason Lawler happened. He put out this book, and same thing. He stopped the press on it. Yeah, because he even broke it down on how to. I think it was. Because you and we have the book. I haven't looked at it for a while, but
I read it a couple times a year. It's awesome.
But I think he teaches you how to turn a sewing machine into a pickup winder.
Yeah,
like there's actual instructions on how to make your own winding machine.
Yeah, I was going to write a book on how to grow your pedal business, and so I started about 10 pages in. I'm like,
wait a minute,
this is probably a bad idea.
Yeah. But and then also, like I like to think Wampler, and maybe I'm wrong here, but I'm on the inside, so it's harder to see. But if I had to try to place myself outside, I would look at us as less boutique and more high-end manufacturer.
Yeah, pretty much now.
You know what I mean?
Because we're not,
And I hope that's not an insult.
No, I mean, we've outgrown the 10x12 room in the garage.
And I would say Lawler's kind of got the same thing going on there, too, to where he's not as boutique as he is just high-end manufacturer.
Right.
You know, which I think is a great place to be because you're still very respected. You still make great stuff.
It's just once you kind of get to that level, it's actually kind of a little bit easier.
Yeah.
I mean, because you have more resources to,
at your disposal.
So, I mean, for example, let's say you're like, okay, I really need this $10,000 piece of test equipment to make sure everything's consistent.
Right.
Or I really need a CNC machine to make sure all the holes are exactly lined up.
Right.
You can do that.
Exactly. Where, and then it saves you time, which saves you money, which pays for itself, you know. So, but yeah, I would say Lawler's kind of the Wampler, or maybe I'll even say it this way: Wampler's the Lawler of the pedal world.
Probably so. He was done for me, I think.
Yeah. So
Bare Knuckle's cool too.
Bare Knuckle pickups out of the UK. Yeah.
I want to try some of theirs for.
Yeah, and they do a lot of stuff cosmetically that's really cool.
Mm.
So I think there's definitely a place for the hand wound pickups.
Like Squires myself.
Yeah, dude, my bass player Austin, he bought a Squire classic vibe Telecaster at the guitar
That's
show.
cool looking, man.
That's a great guitar.
I got that Squire Strat that I so want to fix up.
Why not?
I need to.
Yeah.
I need a new neck. I need
Build
a
my
new neck.
Stratocaster.
And then, which means Travis, build my
No, it's
Stratocaster.
Travis wire it.
You don't want me to wire it. It'll work, but it'll look nasty on the inside.
All you have to do is connect the red and green wires the right way.
Well, that, and you gotta make sure one of the wire, like there's like literally 800 wires that go to the volume pot.
It's true.
It's like maybe even 700.
There's like a map of Indiana. There's just
It's just
stuff going
it's just
everywhere.
stuff everywhere.
SeymourDuncan.com. Take a whole roll
SeymourDuncan.com.
of wire, take it all off, connect it to the switch, and roll it up. Stick it in the cavity, and
Makes
then
it sound
connect
good.
it.
And done. But no, those are some great. There's a lot. Lindy Fraylin's. I forgot about
Yeah.
Lindy Fraylin. I will say one thing. In that blue Grosha I had, I hated his blue specials, but I put them in another Strat I had, and I loved the blue specials. Which to me, that's cool. That they're that. I don't want to. What's the word I'm looking for? They can be that specific to a guitar. That's awesome to me.
You got a Lenny Fralin in your telly too, right?
Oh yeah. I'm a nerd. My telly, it's got a Lawler Vintage 52, I think he calls them, and the bridge, and then the Fralin in the neck is like one of those cryogenic ones. It's been frozen,
Wow.
like
With Walt Disney's head.
with Walt Disney's head. Oh man.
And bring him back to life. Eventually.
Yeah. We're eventually gonna bring the pickup back to life. Actually, it's a very lively pickup.
It
Why
is
would you
very
say that?
I'm sorry.
But man, I can get Les
Disney
Paul
joke.
tones out of that. I swear I can get Les Paul tones out of that neck pickup. So yeah, I mean, I'm afraid to start something new because we got a lot of great stuff, and that's a teaser to make you watch the next show. Where's my camera? Where's my
Where's the
Princess Cam, right here.
Princess Cam?
Princess Cam red light. So,
But-
yeah, I mean, okay. How? Let me ask you this before we wrap up.
Okay.
How would you compare those pickups with your Seymour Duncans, your EMGs, your DiMarzios? And I'm not talking about like what Frank, the Frank Bravo detailed.
Yeah, no, well, I don't
So-
know that stuff.
I mean, like to you as a
I tuned
player,
out. I wasn't paying attention.
like to you guys as a player, what?
Okay, in the interest of full honesty, full
Yeah.
disclosure, I have no idea because I've always played boutique pickups.
So there's a possibility.
Except for I played a Seymour Duncan Little 59 in the bridge of a guitar, and I hated it.
Really?
Yeah, I did. But, I mean, that's one of those little single coils that's really a humbucker.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't base a whole pickup line off
Of one
that.
pickup.
Right, and there's been, oh, man, I don't even know the name of them, but I know a guy, Rex.
Yeah.
They're DiMarzios, but I don't know what he has, but they're awesome. You know, I played his guitar, and I loved them. They're very responsive, but I've never owned a guitar with
You ever
them.
played the ASATs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like those pickups?
No, I do
don't?
not.
No.
But I will say is they're one of the only pickups out there that have a unique thing to them.
Yeah.
That is cool
Mhm.
because they don't sound like Strats. They
Right.
don't sound like Tellys. I've only played their single coil pickups.
Yeah.
Those are the ones
Yeah.
that look like soap bars.
Right.
But
Yeah,
I
that's
played-
that's kind of my thought too. I mean, whenever I bought an ASAT several years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, it was cool for what it was, but it wasn't really.
You wanted a
telling
Telecaster.
enough.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So I mean,
Which is
I-
awesome that they
I got a
did
Strat too,
something.
actually, and I didn't like the Strat either.
Yeah.
It had like a bass and treble knobs on it.
I don't really on the
Yeah.
guitar?
Yeah,
Huh.
funky.
Yeah.
I went into it.
Yeah, those are, but that's the thing. It's like, it's totally cool that they were doing their own thing. I just didn't happen to, and maybe I did like that thing, but not for,
Not you were wanting.
Yeah.
A specific tone.
Yeah.
That just wasn't it. So.
yeah. So, yeah, that's a great question. Do you have any experience with those, or do you?
Yeah, I mean, with the ASAT stuff, but just stock pickups versus like boutique pickups. I
Well,
played.
no, I've done Fender stock pickups.
Yeah, I played a ton of Fender stuff, then swapped them out with some boutique stuff.
Oh man, what were those ones that I swore by? The Delta Tone. Do you remember these?
Yeah.
The Delta Tone. They were just stock Fender pickups, and I think my guitar was an 01, and it had them in there, and I think they stopped making them
They're
for
cool, though.
whatever reason. But
Right.
they sounded great. I actually traded. I knew a guy that had just an old stock Strat. Well, not old, but it was like an 01 or 02.
Mhm.
And then I had like the custom shop Texas Specials, and he wanted some Texas Specials. I was like, I will trade you. He's like, why would you trade me Delta Tones for Texas Specials? You know, the money's not there. I was like, I don't care. I like the Delta Tones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot all about that.
Those boutique pickups that just have like the extra dimension. This
Mhm.
is some. I know that sounds silly, but just that extra something. That just
See,
sounds
I
better.
can't say that fairly. You know, I would like to think so just because I really like the ones I have. But that's not to say that if Seymour Duncan sent me some single coils and I didn't know they were Seymour Duncans, then I wouldn't love them.
Right.
I'm the same way with the Fishman Fluence right now. I've been geeking out on those, and
Mm,
they don't even have any windings on them, and they sound almost exactly like some hand-wound PAFs or something.
well, yeah, and I mean,
Yeah.
Frank went over that on episode
Yeah.
55, so if you're interested in that, yeah, he will blow your mind.
Mind-boggling.
It is mind-boggling.
It is mind-boggling.
Yeah. You know, you get all those...
Super duper.
You get all those thoughts in your head, and they just bottle up like in a bottle, right?
Mind-boggling.
Mind-bottling. So,
Anyways, stay tuned next week.
yeah, you want to take it, Max?
I'm good.
Come on.
Stay tuned next week.
Okay, well, we'll...
Send reviews, podcast at something, and iTunes and Instagram.
If you have any questions or comments,
There you go.
shutty. And that way you always say
Just
shutty. Shutty.
Just shut your mouth. Just shut it.
Zip, zip. No, but if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below on the YouTube video, or now these are on Facebook too. So
Yep.
Leave
Facebook.
comments.
Comment there. If you're in your car and driving, stop right now.
no, keep driving and then just text.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's true.
great
Don't do that.
idea.
Don't
Yeah.
do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do
That's
school,
insurance
stay in
there.
drugs. But we send an email to max@wamplerpedals.com.
It's gonna end up there anyway. So at this point, just
I read
Go
them too,
for
though.
it.
I read all the
Yeah,
podcasts.
no. No, send it to
you get
Pod-
Max ones too.
podcast@wamplerpedals.com. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, Chasing Tone Podcast. Now say it.
See you next week.